Good morning, everyone. Good Monday morning. Time to start our week. Yay. Make a note to myself. Get this thing a little closer so I can read. There we go. Good morning, Suzette. Hey, Suzanne. How are you? I got my coffee nap sparkle repeat shirt on. I don't know about the sparkle, but we'll see. Good morning, Regina. Regina, the stuff you've been posting, just gorgeous. Hi, Amy. How are you? Hey, Liz. Good morning. How's everything going in the Cree Nation today? I hope it's going well. Hi, Stacy. Both Stacys. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, this morning good morning, Kimberly. We are going to discuss patience. Obviously, it's something I need. Oh, hi, Wendy. It's good to see you too. I think this patience discussion is probably more for me than anything else. But I figured, hey, if I need it, maybe somebody else does too. Good morning, Tony. You have a drink of this coffee. Hi, Miss Joyce. Well, I hope you all had a great weekend. I did. It was busy, but it was awesome. Got to visit with my mom some. Good morning, Mary. There's so many reasons for patience. Jan says, I learned a long time ago not to pray for patience, LOL. Perseverance and patience are very close neighbors. I'll tell you why this seemed appropriate, in particular for me. Well, for a lot of us. Good morning, Carrie and Patty. Carrie, do you even drink coffee? I don't remember. Oh, Mary, I'm so glad. Aren't weddings the most amazing thing, especially when it's our loved ones? We attended a wedding this weekend. It was a quick little wedding in a little garden area in their yard. Neighbors of mine, and they were sweethearts 50 years ago. First girlfriend for him, and they went their separate ways, married, lived lives, came back together. I think it's been about a year, maybe two, and to see them get married was such a blessing. It was so sweet. Their story is so good. God tested you. Oh, yeah. He has a way of doing that, doesn't he, when he's trying to teach us a lesson like, well, patience. Yes, Carla, I'll be glad to. I've had a lot of people message on me doing a paint pour on live, so I'll be doing that live sometime, perhaps in the next couple of days. I will try. If not, then it will be the end of next week. Good morning, Kathleen. Carrie, you're funny. Good morning, Kay. Hi, Donna. Hey, Sheila. How are you doing? This week is going to require some patience on our parts. Many of you know my husband is having some pretty major back surgery on Thursday. His first surgery is Thursday. His part 2 is Tuesday. And then we get to see how it goes. Hi, Lila and Carla. Hey. Hey, Buckeye girl. You're going to be live at 4? That's awesome. That's Melissa is Buckeye girl. Reads some things. I hope I said that right. Anyway, so it's going to be a little bit of a strange week. He's been from literally dawn to dusk every day working, trying to get all the things done so he doesn't worry about them. Hi, Marquita and Missy. Good morning. Girl, your home looks beautiful. Love the posts that you have shared with us. Let's see what Deborah says. Hi, Drea. Patience is something I'm in desperate need of. My daughter has shunned me and I can't see my grandson. I desperately need prayer for clarity, calmness, and for God to direct me in the path I need to take. I'm devastated. I cannot even imagine. Deborah, I hope today's theme helps some. Nothing's going to help completely in a situation like that. Thanks, Stacy. I appreciate that. Thank you, Missy. You know, he's 73. We're 13 years apart, but he is always busy. He enjoys being busy. I don't know. I think if he ever really slowed down, it would be the end for him. Good morning, Fredna. How are you? So this is going to be a lesson in patience for him and for me. I'll have to be patient not only with myself but with him, because the doctor said for 3 months following the surgery, he will have very limited activity. Oh, I'm so glad, Missy. Lila says, love to do paint pour, but never quite knew what to do with it. Prayers for your husband and you the coming week. Thank you, thank you. Mostly for him. He's the husband everybody really wants to have. He's extremely patient and kind and forgiving and doesn't have high expectations. So even when you do something small, it's a big deal for him, which I enjoy that. You know, if you live with me, you kind of need patience. Just going to be honest there. Get him some coloring books. That's a good idea. He loves to read, so I did buy him some books. He loves history type books, so that I got him that. Good morning, Becky. Cutting, girl. I have missed you so much. I'm so glad to see you. So proud of all the accomplishments of Kinsey and your other kids as well. Good to see you this morning. All right, Hodgepodge Crafts. Tell me your real name so that I can put the two together. Good morning, Deanna. Hi, Zoan. I know, Donna. Isn't it a blessing to have that? Yes, Missy. He's very much like your hubby. You know, he's just, I don't know. He's just always happy. It's really kind of almost disgusting. No, not really. Carrie, been there. It's a special form of torture. Prayers that God gives you peace and touch your daughter's heart. That's for you, Deborah. Regina, I got news that knocked me. Oh my God, Regina, I know. I've been praying about that for you. But your attitude, awesome. This community with their great testimonies put me at peace. Total hip replacement. Had never been to the doctor for hip. I thought I had the wrong room. I thought it was my sciatic nerve. Girl. Well, I'm glad you're getting it done. Bobby had that done, and while the healing process can be somewhat slow, especially for us women because we don't have patience, you're going to do great. And what a difference it will make for you. Hey, Debbie Corbett. Yes, easygoing and kind hearts. Absolutely. Top of the morning, Avenel. Yes, girl. You need to be there. You may have to make a stage presence so everyone can see that you are well and good. All right. So, I received news over the last, I'm going to say week, of products I was expecting will not be arriving as expected, which I already knew that, but now it's even more delay. I may not get Christmas stuff till Christmas, and I'll have to hold it for next year. Oh my gosh. Suzanne, I find out tomorrow if I get this brace off. 12 weeks. Now, there's some patience, Suzanne. I hope you do get it off. I feel for him with his back. I have bad discs and I know my limits. Not fun at all. Yeah, no, it's not at all. But he has such a good attitude. And the doctor feels like it's a necessary surgery. And we agree, because if he waits with all this pain another, I don't know, 5 or 6 years or so, and he's 80, he may not be a good candidate for the surgery. And then he'll suffer or become handicapped. And he certainly doesn't want that. I know, Stacy, it's so crazy. And 3 of my wholesalers, here's where the patience is like, oh my God, have said no more import orders. So those of us who order like by import, we get to pick the things we want. We just have to be patient and wait, usually about 3 or 4 months, mostly closer to 4. Now they can't guarantee anything. So they've decided to not accept import orders. So you have to buy what they have in stock and just be happy with it. So this is new, and this is going to require patience on all our parts in so many ways. There are businesses that are suffering outside of the creative world that can't get car parts or the little, things, electronic things for vehicles, etc. It affects everybody. Somebody went to a store the other day, and I would tell you which one if I could remember. And she said they had about half of what they normally have in product selection. And they said it's the shipping. They just can't get it. Oh no, Jan. That's awful. Say a prayer for my second cat. Absolutely, Sandy. It will go as good. Maybe better. Oh, hi, Chris. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that. Well, you'll be getting our prayers Wednesday, and we'll give him his Thursday. I know, Deborah. Isn't that the truth? We really have. I am going through a storage unit full of product. I don't know why I've been holding on to it. Stash and all. I'm going to do something and get that out of there so that people have access to some stuff. In the flower shop where I work, usually just on Saturdays, but for the summer, Friday and Saturday, we can't even get colored vases till Christmas. Ribbon is running low too. Isn't that something? Good morning, Cynthia. Yeah, see, Melissa, it's just everything. And so all of us are going to have to, look at that hair, it's sticking up. There you go. Are going to have to learn, if we don't already have that virtue, that strength, we're going to have to learn patience. I read the definition. It says the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, like shipping, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. Hi, Simonetta. How are you? Good morning, Linda. And that's probably the harder part of the patience, is the not getting angry or upset. It's not that I get angry about the shipments and things, or the inability to get more of the latest and greatest. It's getting upset and reminding myself constantly, be patient, be patient, be patient, and continue being who you are. Can you reread that? Surely. This is the Oxford Dictionary. If you wanted to Google it, you certainly could. The capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. And I'll tell you, one of the things that patience really does give us, good morning, Kathy and Michelle, it's an inner peace you get, because with that inner peace, because I guess patience really needs to start with having patience with yourself. Makes it, as with anything, if you can give yourself the gift, then it's so much easier to share and to be an inspiration to others with patience. And, you know, it gives you not only that inner peace, but it gives you the ability to keep smiling even with challenges thrown in our way. If we would face things with some patience, perhaps we can find a different route. Now, let's don't confuse patience with giving up, or with laziness, or with saying, okay, I'll be patient and I'll wait, and then we sit back and we wait. No, you still have to continue working for your goal or your dream or whatever it is you're having to be patient over. You know, we wait like a garden, tomato plant. It takes forever, doesn't it, to grow? But with your patience, you get this great reward, right, of this fresh, beautiful fruit. But you can't just plant it and let it go and be patient. You have to water it and nurture it, you know, and weed around it, etc. So patience isn't sitting back on our laurels doing nothing, expecting things to happen. Rather, patience is just that, waiting, accepting that it's going to take 3 months before you get a nice, beautiful fruit, right? It's the same thing in everything that we do. My patience, I must say, and maybe this is God's way of telling me, you're going to have to work on this, girl, has been tested the last year and a half, nothing to do with COVID, y'all, has been tested over and over and over. And every time I'm like, what the heck? But I think maybe God is allowing me to test that patience and to remind myself that part of being patient is still smiling through it, whether it's easy or not, right? Right, Melissa? Yes, I do, Carrie. We have built a loyal customer base. We'd like to build a whole lot more, of course, because, you know, money. And they need things so they can sell things, because they have been affected by the economy as well. And so, oh my gosh, it gets very frustrating. Sometimes, y'all, it isn't always about the money. Sometimes it's about, yes, learning the virtue of patience, or reminding ourselves to be patient and tolerant, and still being who we are. Don't stop being you. I am not by nature an angry person. I never have been. Can I get angry? Heck yeah, ask my kids. I have a pretty long fuse, though. I mean, a very long fuse. But once that fuse is lit, I can get angry. And that day, choosing joy might be being angry, right? Allowing myself the luxury. But by and large, I am not an angry person. So this is easier for me than it is for some people who have shorter fuses. But one of the things that patience allows us also is less regret. You know, if we're not patient and we spout off at the mouth, we'll say things we don't necessarily mean. We're just angry because we're not being patient. And so we'll say things we don't necessarily mean because we're reacting in the heat of a moment. That breeds regret. How many times have we said or done something that if we would have slowed down, been patient with ourselves, allowed ourselves the opportunity to make a better choice or a better decision, how many times have we done that? And then we go back and go, oh my God, why didn't I just stop? Why didn't I keep my mouth shut? I didn't even mean it like that, etc. I know we've all been guilty of that, and that's because we forgot to use our patience. Well, it's fun to say, good morning, all please send prayers. My great-grandson has COVID. Myself and daughters and son-in-law have been exposed because his mother didn't tell us she had it. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry, Fonda. We definitely will keep you in our prayers. Deanna, if you want to post that in the Power to Be You, ! That'd be great. Oh, I'm so sorry. COVID is no joke. So, the other thing, you know how I'm always telling you, don't give up your power? Well, your power, part of that power is self-control. Patience gives you that. It allows you to control your reactions, verbally, physically, whatever. Emotionally, you don't, you don't explode emotionally, or have an emotional breakdown, because you've trained yourself to be patient. So in allowing yourself to slow down and process the situation, or what you're going to do, or how you can overcome it, you get inner peace, y'all. You do. And you're less likely to have regrets. And part of patience, which we are so guilty of, we're not patient enough with ourselves. Like, if you're not a great cook, but you got this great recipe, and you try it, and it doesn't come out quite like the person who gave you the recipe, right? You get frustrated and impatient with yourself, and why can't I? I followed all the steps. Slow down, which patience gives you that, and redo your steps. It will come. All good things don't necessarily come in a flash. Some of them come slowly, like the ability to cook, or the ability to paint, or whatever it is that you want. Be patient with you. Let's see. I hate to say it, but normally when I have diarrhea of the mouth, I have been slapped a few times, and the third strike, I just hit my home run on them. Well, sometimes when we have diarrhea of the mouth, it's because we have constipation of the brain. And that brain is where we decide to be patient. Good morning, Christine. Okay. I know. I'm so glad you're here. Haven't you been moving or setting up house or something? I can't. Well, apparently my brain ain't in gear. I read a quote, and it said anonymous, but I have a feeling that... Good morning, Monkey. We've been being patient, waiting for you. Good morning, my little cupcake. It said, patience is not the ability to wait, but ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. That needs to be on a shirt, right? Or a poster. So, some of us have the ability to wait, but how are we waiting? We griping and complaining the whole time we're waiting. If we are, we need to readjust our ability, our capacity to accept or tolerate without anger or upset. Good morning, Brenda. Hey, Retta. Dana, I feel ya. Well, hopefully you passed your test, because you made it through the 2 weeks, so... I just feel like with all the illness and everything going on, there's so many people suffering right now. I'm constantly getting messages or told on lives of people that are sick or hurt, or their family is having issues, etc. Part of going through those things is the ability to be patient through them. Again, like I mentioned earlier, patience doesn't mean, crossing your arms and say, okay, I'm going to be patient and wait, and then expect things to happen and things to change. No. It does require activity on our part. Like, I was so frustrated and impatient with a pumpkin frame I was doing yesterday. And Saturday night. I must have pulled that yarn out, I don't know how many times. And I was so frustrated with it. Lost my patience. I thought, okay, time to regroup. Walk away from the pumpkin, which I did. And go do something else, which I did. And then I came back, and with a calmer attitude, a more patient attitude, I was like, it's the first one you're doing. Why don't you be a little patient? And then voila, there's coffee talk, right? Let's see, who's down? Catherine, I could use prayers this morning. I'm down and back and have 2 weeks to finish packing and move. Oh, Catherine, I'm so sorry. Absolutely will get you prayers. I've been dealing with my health, Christine says. I now have congestive heart failure. Oh, and fluid in my left lung and broken glass in lungs and cancer. Wow, Christine. Wow. We definitely will, all of us that are prayer warriors will say prayers for you, for peace and comfort as you go through this healing, and we'll definitely pray for healing. And those who do not pray, please send out positive vibes and thoughts and all the things that you do. Oh, Kat, I'm so sorry. Right in the midst of all you're moving into that gorgeous house of yours. Chris said, I felt that yesterday trying to make a darn bow. I threw it on the ground and walked away. You know, sometimes that's just the best thing. Just step away from the bow. Galatians, kindness, patience, persistence, perseverance equals self-control. Ain't that true? And that's a great scripture. Don't you love the Apostle Paul and the way he wrote to the congregations there? But it's absolutely, and you notice that perseverance is included, you know, and persistence. So these are things that go right along with patience. Hey, it's the 3 Ps. What? We have to, sometimes we have to persevere whatever our struggle is. Like Kat, she's having, good morning, Denise. She's having to persevere through all this pain while moving. God, I can't even imagine. And patience is a gift. And I know Kat has patience because she's been trying to build this house for 2 years now. Not laughing at you. So she has to use her gift, her virtue of patience to make it through this. Pain is no joke, as many of you know. It can get you down for days, weeks for some. And yet we still have to function. Life still goes on. Life doesn't stop. Moving doesn't stop. Packing boxes doesn't stop when you have a deadline. So we definitely, Kat, will be praying for you, of course, for some healing there. But we have to remember that sometimes the part of patience that we forget is the not allowing ourselves the anger and the upset. But rather having an attitude of that is a good attitude while we wait the process. Good morning, Miss Becky. How are you, beautiful? Good morning, Ranch House. How are you? Yeah, that would be tough to power through you, right, Bobby? We have so many people that are suffering. Even just this morning, the prayer requests. They're having to force themselves to be patient. Healing takes time sometimes. We don't, you know. And you know, I was thinking, speaking of healing, you know, when we heal a wound, you know, when kids are small and they get a scrape and they keep peeling off that scab, and you tell them, stop peeling that off, it's going to take longer to heal. That's patience, waiting for the body to do its work to heal a wound. And that's just like us. So when we get that wound, whether it's physical, emotional, financial. Don't keep touching the wound. It's not going to heal. You can work on your attitude, of having a good attitude through a process, but being patient with the process, whatever that process might be, like the tomato plant we discussed earlier. During that process of growing that tomato plant, it requires activity on our part to nurture it. When we have a wound that we're trying to heal, it requires the medications, the salves, the Band-Aid, the not touching. So we have to do the things to go along with the patience and the perseverance. Bobby says, the patience I've had to dig for this past week is beyond the patience I thought I had. Thank you for all the prayers. Hi, Anita Hairston. It's so good to see you. I hope we're able to see you at TDR. Deanna says, I've added the prayers I could catch and put them in the Power to Be You group. Good morning, Virginia. Aw, thank you. Well, I have my moments. And part of staying patient is trusting your journey. So because someone else can muscle through, let's use the back pain. Sorry, Kat. Muscle through the back pain. And you're like, theirs is worse than mine. How are they able to muscle through and do that? And here I can barely move. Trust your journey, not their journey. You know, they may be on chapter 20 of their journey of that back injury, and you're on chapter 1 or 2. Be patient with yourself and trust your journey. Work along with that patience, however. Brenda Housley, good morning. Oh, I'm not patient one, but I learned while praying for the patience that what he gives you to learn the patience is interesting. So now I pray for the knowledge of what to do before I get there, right? Yeah. We were talking about that. Someone else mentioned that earlier, too. Jan. I'm not praying for patience anymore because when I pray for patience, I get tested and things happen that I have to be patient over. So, and that's how I feel, that the last year and a half or so, my patience has been tested beyond measure, and I made it through okay. And Bobby and what her family has had to go through, which is private, we don't need to discuss it here, that is within the realms of their family. But, you know, especially when it's a no-choice situation, nothing you could do to avoid it. It's gonna be there. It's gonna happen. All we can do is pray for peace, comfort, and strength, and for him to give us the ability to persevere through some of the things. That is patience, y'all. That is patience. Stacy, I broke a vein in my leg November 2019. I am still trying to heal the ulcerated wound. Oh my goodness. Let's see. There we go. The pain was horrible. I go once a week to doctor for wound care. Now it is almost closed, and I have been working 6 days a week during this. 2 jobs. I am optimistic it is going to close. Wow, Stacy, you're an inspiration to work through something like that. That wound has been with you a couple of years. That's a long, long journey. And look how far you've come. Aren't you so proud of yourself for having the virtue of patience and continuing to work 2 jobs? That's crazy that you have been able to do that. You definitely are an inspiration. Melissa says, I got my husband praying for patience, so be careful, right? Are you going to be at Crafters Convention? I want to just hug you, but I have to find the funds to go. Okay. I am a designer at Crafters Convention. As of this moment, I will be there. All of it hinges on my husband's surgery. There's no reason to expect it to go anything but successful. So yes, I am going to be there. I will be a designer there. And there's so many of you that I hope to see there. I'm so excited about that. Also, TDR, y'all, don't forget. I am very proud, and I have to do what I have to do. Well, good for you. Sometimes, there's pride before the fall. So don't be so proud that you don't slow down when your body tells you, I got to stop a minute. Let's see. Hi, Kylene. Oh, thank you. Y'all are a blessing to me as well. Virginia says, sometimes the more you ask for patience, the more tests God gives. Better to ask for grace and guidance. Absolutely. Don't you wish we all had patience with grace? There'd be a lot less of us griping at people. Praise report, my daughter got a job, starts tomorrow. Now pray for her husband. He has 2 job interviews tomorrow. Absolutely, Jan. What a blessing. Awesome. Bobby, I agree with Jan. I don't pray for patience anymore because he truly put so much in my past so I can have patience. Deanna says, woohoo, I can't wait to meet you at CC. Also, Dre. Whatever, Deanna. I'm trying so hard to have patience with my body and the pain, plus waiting for the surgery. Amy, Amy, Amy. You're showing strength and patience. Keep it up. Keep that attitude. Amy, continue prayers for you. Jan, sending positive thoughts and prayers. There you go. And really, being patient does give us strength. And it's a use of our power, a positive use of that power that we all have. Let's see what Sandy says. Ooh. We all need to acknowledge our pain and that of others, including ourselves. Some may be greater, but do not let it cover up your own, and feel yours is not just as important to ask for prayers. Absolutely, Sandy. I have found some who are dealing with the most pain or agony pray the most for others, and by doing so is not only a blessing to us, but them. Absolutely. Lila says, let's see. Have you ever prayed for something, and the answer is do what is in front of you? You do that, and down the road, still doing what is in front of me, and then with surprise, I look, and what I was praying, still doing what is in front of me, my prayer has been answered, but not in the way I expected. Absolutely, all the time. Sometimes things happen in a different way than we had it worked out in our head, right? A plan, a party, a trip, just anything. And then we pray and we ask, or we ask for healing, and then a friend was having some issues, and the blessing for her, when she went to the doctor, what they diagnosed her with was nothing that she had any symptoms of, and it's a serious diagnosis. Had she not following up, with it, and then now, of course, she has to have patience and all the things, but sometimes you go to the doctor and you get a diagnosis that you don't want. Regina White, you're on here. You just had this happen. A million years. She didn't expect she was going to have hip replacement surgery. She thought her sciatic nerve was giving her troubles. She followed through, and now she has an amazing frame of mind, such an inspiration about the whole thing. So sometimes things happen different. She went thinking she might get some medication or a shot for sciatic nerve. Now she's got to have hip replacement surgery. So now it's not what she expected. So now the test is that she be patient without being upset. Being accepting, which she is. Please let Bobby know our family is holding him, his doctors and family in constant prayer. Oh, Bobby, we can always count on you for that, can't we? And y'all, Bobby's family can use continued prayers for peace and comfort. When you allow yourself patience, you are allowing yourself time to choose your response. Yes. You're not going to get, if you allow yourself the patience, you're not going to get overly emotional in your decision or choice process, but you give yourself self-control. It's about you. You get to control your decision by allowing yourself the time to do more research, so that you can make a better decision. Wow, that bird just flew so close. And so it's important for us in that way too. God wink moments and God thumps go hand in hand are gifted others are wake up and see moments. Oh man, he thumps me all the time. Sandy, you know that. Sometimes I gotta be just rolled right over before I realize what he's trying to tell me. Amen, that's the beautiful part. He is there beside us. That's right, we are never promised an easy life. Carrie, I'm sorry I missed over that comment. Let's see if I can get to it. We were never promised an easy life, but we were promised over and over again that the Lord will always see us through. Amen, amen. Some things that happen to us gives us the opportunity to be an example for others who might think they don't have the strength to handle what has come their way. I truly believe we're an instrument of God's peace. I absolutely do too. The thing, there my comments went all the way to the top. So let me get back down here. The thing that always amazes me is that you don't always see that you're an instrument of God until after the fact. Then you're like, oh wow. So I'll tell you, my husband's trying to hurry up and get the hay done, right, before Wednesday. And he's got a few more days worth of it to do. Well, yesterday, we got storms you wouldn't believe. Several inches of rain, lightning, thunder, the works for hours. He had to stop what he was doing and come home. Couldn't work in it. Now today, the hay won't be dry enough. Plus, the clouds are already moving in. We're expecting something similar today. So last night, he was upset that he didn't get to finish what he wanted to finish. And I said, dear, the only way we can look at this is God was telling you, you need to rest before your surgery to allow your body to heal better and perform better during the surgery. He rolled his eyes, which he never really does. He rolled his eyes, took a sip of his drink and said, you know, darling, you're right. That's the way we need to look at it. God is talking to me. I said, yeah, he is. He's telling you, slow down a little bit, rest a little bit. Somebody else can take the wheel on this other stuff for a while. You just got to have a talk with them, that's all. Good morning, Alfreda. How are you? Loretta, stop it. You do not need a lobotomy. Hey, Lori. Yes, but Carrie, there are other people that can do it. His son can pay other people to complete the process as well. So, it's not like he's the only one. But he loves doing it. And he takes it very serious and personal. But, again, I reminded him several times when he started, complaining about it. God's teaching you. You need to be patient. There we go again, patient. And get some rest before surgery. I know, Virginia. Isn't that the truth? Right, Regina? That's absolutely true. 100% true. The less inflamed you are during surgery, the better off you are. So patients come, for us, it can be minor, minimal things like when a child tests you, having a little fit. One of the ways that we taught them patients was to redirect. Like, I think I've told y'all, a little 2 or 3 year old child is in the middle of a little fit. When I owned the daycares, the director and the teachers that I had, they were trained to count to 10 in their head before reacting to a fit. Unless there was physical harm involved, of course. And then what we did is we told them, where are your feet? Like we were really curious, where are your feet? Or, where are your shoes? Very often, a redirect of only a couple of seconds is enough to tone down those high emotions. And so in a way, that is teaching children patience. Let's see, what? Tell him by taking some time off right now, he will have many more times that he can do the hay. Right, Bobby? I will tell him that, actually. All right, see what Stacy says. Last Monday, I went to work on the school buses after 2 weeks home with COVID. The secretary in the office was on her way to work, and we are not sure what happened. Could have been a medical episode. She hit a guardrail on the right. Her car went into the left lane head-on with a truck and burst into flames. 52 years old. She didn't make it. Shows how short life is. Her family needs prayers. She left 2 young sons. Oh, bless her family. Oh, that is just awful. But you're absolutely right. We never know when our journey will end. So we should use our journey for good and leave behind memories of being good. That is our legacy. Hi, Nala. Feeling of accomplishment when you close the barn door is really a great... Yeah, it is. But he's not going to get to. Hi, Eliana. Hi, precious one. Aw. Wow, that just... that's how it happened with my children. They were on the way to town on a bright and beautiful Monday morning. Maybe that's why Coffee with Dre's on Monday mornings, right? And we're hit head on by an 18-wheeler. I mean, the grace in that is that there was, it was immediate. But when I told them bye, don't forget who you are, I never expected that would be the last time I got to speak to them or see them. You just don't know. It can happen to anyone, and it does every day. Y'all, treasure your moments. Make them count. We don't need anger and upset. If people are upsetting us, maybe we need to learn a little bit of patience and understanding, right? Sometimes patience is just taking a stop when somebody else is causing us to be impatient and be understanding. And think it through before reacting. You never, ever know, because you don't want your last words to be words you regret, right? They won't remember them, but you will. I lost my high school friend unexpectedly Friday. I was shocked. He was going to help me out of my abuse situation. Oh. Then Friday afternoon, my sister and my friend had to come to her home on hospice. So I'll be putting my things on hold to go care for my friend and sister. Both boys in prison, and God will give me what I need for them, not myself. Lisa! Oh my gosh, Lisa! First of all, I'm so sorry of all that you're having to deal with, all at the same time. And I know that you will muster the patience to deal. It's not going to be easy taking care of your sister and friend, especially now that you're going through the loss of such a close friend as well. Please know that you will be in our prayers, Lisa. Deanna, could you put that in there? You don't have to put her name. We just never know, do we? We will definitely be praying for you. We'll be praying for the families of everyone involved for peace and comfort. And I'll pray for those the 2 that are in prison, that they are able to find God for real. Not for prison God, but for real, and find a way to be better people. Hey. Beautiful children daily make me appreciate each moment, no matter what the moments bring. Absolutely, Bobby. Lori says, I'm not going to complain about my miserable day after this. The stupid stuff just doesn't matter. But it's relative, isn't it? It's okay that our problem, it's probably good, our problems aren't as severe as somebody else's. It doesn't mean that they aren't problems, and that we need some patience for ourselves to get through them. Hey, Cheryl Brock, good to see you, young lady. Yeah. If we focus on the stupid, it grows. Right. And that's the last thing I want to grow is the stupid. Or the ridiculous. And you know, at the end of the day, what matters most, really, y'all, is that we did our best for ourselves and those around us. That we used our lives, our knowledge, our compassion for the better of mankind. It sounds so pathetically petty, but it's true. Did you smile at somebody today that looked like they needed it? All the things. Did you reach out to a friend who's having a hard time and just say, hey, I got you, or I'm thinking of you, or I'm praying for you, or whatever? So at the end of the day, that you used your gifts for good, that you absolutely did the best you could, that you didn't give up power and allow other people and other things to make you feel like you shouldn't feel. Did you give them the power to do that? Did you give an abusive person the ability to mentally destroy you or emotionally destroy you? Don't give up that power. You have the power. Patience is part of power as well. Lisa, yes, life is so precious, and just show love and patience towards all. Absolutely. What a wonderful attitude you have, Lisa. With everything you're going through. I'm so proud to know you. Virginia, we never know what some people are going through, so a smile and a blessing never hurt anyone. Absolutely. Lori Goldfinch Franklin, but even God cares about those things too, no matter how big or how small. Bobby says, I try and spend time daily doing this, no matter what my day has brought. Bobby, on that one day, you know the day. Here I am praying for you, praying for myself, and then I see you on many posts offering up prayer for other people. You're one of those people, first of all, you're a blessing, but you're one of those people, I think, that prayer is your strength. It's empathy and compassion for others no matter what. And I appreciate that about you, that you immediately want to help others. And sometimes all we can do to help is pray. And you are such a shining example of that. I'm so proud of you. So y'all, we don't want to regret spewing things out, that if we would have had patience and just slowed down for a moment, didn't allow ourselves to get upset, just, you know, slowed down enough to do a little research, do a little thinking before responding to anything, we will have less regret. Let me check the time really quick. Oh, we're almost done, y'all. Oh, love you too, Bobby. So, sometimes things happen in a different way than we plan them out in our head, right? So we have to have patience with those things. There's probably a reason. Use your patience to increase your inner peace. And it also gives you the ability, what? To smile despite all the challenges you face. You don't know, but that smile of yours in the midst of all your challenges might be the answer to someone else's prayer. Someone may have needed, you know, proof of life, proof of care. And your smile made all the difference to them. That's your gift. So even in the worst of times, find a way to smile. Even when we lose a loved one, even a child. I could smile. Why was I smiling? Because I remembered. I was remembering all the good things. Lucy, don't come check the table. Huh?
Come on, Lucy. Go inside.
Brenda says, that's why I live in the woods with trees. I sure hope they keep my secrets. Right, Virginia? 20 seconds on the lips may forever hurt. In the hurt words are powerful. Be careful with them. I wish people would remember that. You know,
I have to ride with you today.
Okay. I have, if somebody says 10 positive things to you, but only one negative, it's that one negative that kind of sticks in your craw, isn't it? We need to remember that. We definitely need to remember to use our words with wisdom, with kindness. There's so much power in words. Also a lot of power in facial expression. So be careful. So you don't like the soup they made. It's okay. But you don't have to make an ugly face and hurt their feelings. You know? I mean, it's little things sometimes that can really harm another person, and we don't want to be guilty of that. Deanna says, good morning, Jessie. Debbie Rabinovich, good morning, Debbie. I didn't see you in. Says, good morning, Jessie.
Good morning.
Jessie's health is not the best today, so she has to ride with me. She doesn't feel safe driving.
Yeah. Blood sugar was really high all day yesterday.
Bobby says, think twice, speak once. If what you are going to say will not make the other person feel better, don't speak it. Absolutely. You don't need to. Why? Why? The only people you're responsible for training is your children. You don't have to train adults. That's their job. Right?
Well, I gotta train the dog.
Well, your dog is... What did my grandfather... He had this little poster. It said, put brain in gear before putting mouth in motion. Let's say that again. Put brain in gear before putting mouth in motion.
And try not to put it in neutral.
Debbie says she hopes today's easier for you. Yeah, don't put it in neutral. That's funny. Michelle Boyle says, it's that one negative that sticks in your paw. Did I hear that right? Love, love, love. Yeah, paw, craw, one of the two. Either one. Y'all, thank you so much for spending time with me this morning and helping me, because I'm telling you, this was more for me than anybody. I just hoped that it was, you guys would maybe gain something from it as well. Patience, patience, patience. I'm having to have extreme patience in my business right now, in our business with the girls. I'm having patience with health issues of my own. My husband's surgery, so many things. The suppliers out there that can't get us our product, no fault of their own, they just can't. There's so much to be patient over, but y'all, there's so much to be thankful for. So very much to be thankful for, and to remind ourselves, be patient, slow down, stop, think, what, okay, that's the problem. All right. And then respond after you take a breath. Count to 10 before you respond. You don't want to respond in anger when you don't mean it in anger. It's just your emotions. If we allow our emotions to get all wrapped up and then go off the deep end in the heat of a moment, we live to regret it, and we can hurt people permanently. No matter how much they love us. 10 years from now, they probably will still remember the moment we said that ugly thing to them. So we need to really work on that. Are we perfect? No. Are we going to have these issues? Yes. Are we going to say things we shouldn't? Of course. Are we going to make bad decisions? Every day. That's what forgiveness, last week's chat is about. We forgive ourselves, we forgive others, right? And let's read the saying that I found. Patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. Follow your dreams. Be patient. Again, you might be on the first few chapters of your journey in the world, and the person you're comparing yourself to might be in chapter 20 or 30. You can't make that comparison. It's like a 20-year-old graduating college wants everything that 40-year-olds have. You're going to have to be patient, right? It doesn't come overnight. So we all need to remind ourselves of these things. So late, have to watch replay. Oh, hey, Marie! Brenda, thank you for all for my moment of love and prayers. Everyone, please have a wonderful day and week. I love each of you. Thank you, Dre, for your time and love. Oh, you're so welcome. Carrie said her dog's well trained. You guys,
Mine is too.
right, Lori? Yeah, I may have to print one up for myself. We just need to trust our own journey, trust ourselves, and be patient with ourselves. You can train yourself to be patient with you, and it'll make it so much easier to be patient with others, even when they really tick us off. Yes, that people have harmed me publicly, and I get messages, aren't you going to say anything? Aren't you going to... Nope. Nope. Patience allowed me to step back, slow down, and realize sometimes keeping your mouth shut, not responding, is so much more valuable in the long run than allowing upset or anger to step in front of me and say things that I shouldn't.
Told me when
What'd I tell you?
When I was a teenager, you told me.
You have to talk louder.
No, I don't. When I was a teenager, you told me that not everything requires a response. And learning that is actually very freeing.
Did y'all hear that? I forgot I said that. Everyone, yes, have a great week.
I'm sorry, I talk very quietly.
Jessie said that when she was a teenager, I told her not everything requires a response. And that is so true.
And it's freeing.
It's freeing, and also it gives you some power. Your power that you deserve to keep. Everyone have a blessed week. Go out there and if you can't have a great day, what does Dre say? Make it a great day. Virginia Wilson says, amen, Jesse. Y'all, never give up your power. That power, that God-given power that each and every one of us have, we just have to remember it's there and use it. Today I learned about using that power for patience, to be accepting of things that we can't do anything about, and not reacting wrongly. That's how I want to use my power. I want to use my power and have a good attitude no matter what the challenges are I'm faced with. And y'all, you know this. Use some of that power. Doesn't take much. If you're cultivating joy every day, if you're choosing it every day, doesn't take a whole lot of that power to always, always, always choose joy, y'all. Have a great week. I will see you next Monday morning for Coffee with Dre. And I'll see you on some lives this week, too.